That's really short. All right. As I was, if you got anything else going on, go ahead and do it because I want to talk and not have to worry about looking down. I'm not going to be looking down. I'm going to be driving safe. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to hear what I got to say and hopefully absorb some perspective from it, some wisdom from it, depending on your side of this particular discussion. All right. A major event that just happened, so to speak, and I'm not going to give verbatim details because it's such a popular thing that more than likely you've already heard about it. And if you haven't, you can do like I did when I heard about it and look it up. And I would advise you to go to Roland Martin's channel, who I follow. I love Roland Martin's content. He's one of our greatest journalists who covers a lot of political issues and everything. And as a 501c3 nonprofit arts and creative lifestyle organization, let me mainly quickly say, we are not, I repeat, ONYXCON is not a political organization. And as a 501c3 nonprofit, views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of ONYXCON's affiliate associates, sponsors, etc. Okay, make sure that's very clear as I proceed. All right. Now, let me first and foremost say that when it comes to politics and all that as it relates to the art life and the creative lifestyle brand that we support here at ONYXCON, I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised in a mostly different time, not the current Atlanta, but the old school Atlanta where, my reality growing up was mostly black and white ethnically, and slowly but surely everybody else started increasing numbers in Atlanta. We got a beautiful Asian population now. We have a beautiful Latino population now. We have a world population, quite frankly, and I'm very happy with that. I like diversity. I like the variety of culture and experiences that has brought to my city and etc. For inclusion and people having more vantage points and perspectives to consider with everyday life. Okay. In addition to, I already gave my disclaimer for anybody just joining. Okay. That's not necessarily all that. I already did all that. All right, cool. But recently, Janet Jackson, the legend, I always give Janet her props. Janet Jackson, the legend, the singer, the dancer, the entertainer. That's what she's mostly known for. Everything else is a sidebar. You know, any of us, there's things you're going to always be first known for, and then everything else is secondary kind of thing. So she's especially known for that. Janet is somebody who I've had crushes on for her beauty at different times in her life. Even now, I think she's cute as an older lady, but she used to be gorgeous as a younger lady. Sexy, she had sex appeal. She was adorable when she was a young lady. When we first found her on film, on shows like Good Times, and later on, all kind of other movies and everything. But by the time she came out as the pop singer, dancer, star, she was a heartthrob. And all through middle school, high school, college, and on, Janet was she was the bomb. Janet was the one, right? But recently, Janet was on an interview, and like I said, I'm not going to get into every minute detail. If you want to get the details and fact check exact, I'm just going to speak general, okay? This is going to be very general to make a point. But like I said, I advise you to check out Roland Martin's channel because I like Roland, and I don't mind pushing people his way for a really good, in-depth, piece by piece. He literally read from a public statement from the person who interviewed Janet recently, how the statement was made, what context it was made in, everything. And there was no way out of it. That's the problem, is the context. So what happened is Janet basically, I'm just going to talk, just straight talk for a minute and get to it. Janet basically made a comment in an interview when asked about, or the interviewer alluded to the upcoming United States election. And in so many words said we might be on the precipice of having our first ever woman president, and at that, a black woman president. Now, I'm loosely quoting. because that's important to note, because when you read the quotes, you'll see exactly why all of this is specific and stuff. But that's pretty much what was said. And Janet, in so many words, again, I'm not quoting, in so many words responded, well, that's not true because I read that her dad is not black. And the interviewer was like, excuse me, what? Like, it's a known fact, Kamala Harris's parents, her dad is Jamaican, black Jamaican. He was a professor, or is a professor. Her parents split up when she was younger, and she was raised mostly by her mom. Her mom is Indian American, Indian Asian, Asian Indian, true India. Shout out to my Indians. Okay. But she tried to pretty much say she's just Indian and that white. And the person who was doing the interview was just so baffled. They kind of tried to help her get out of it. Like, you don't really, in so many words, were trying to, like, you know, Janet, do you hear what you're saying? Like, it's known that she's black and Indian, and then you're defining her as being white on her dad's side? Like, what are you talking about? Her dad's not white. Like, who do it? And she's like, you know, well, Janet said some weak excuse about, you know, it's what I heard watching the news, and I don't watch a lot of news or something. It couldn't get no worse. It couldn't get no worse. For this to be Janet Jackson, and what's sad about it is, like, you know, news spreads fast. A good friend of mine, good affiliate, friend of ONYXCON, somebody who sends me stuff to consider posting or be aware of, had shared this with me just in passing, with sharing some other stuff, some other posts like, yo, check this out on Instagram. And when he mentioned the Janet thing, I guess he thought I had already heard about it, because it's, you know, of course, people buzzing about it and all that. But as much as I'm on social media, you know, this is social. YouTube is still social media. But you know, if you know YouTube, like I know YouTube, this didn't hit the fan on people. Yeah, I'm not on there heavy. I just think my buddy thought I already knew. I didn't. Heavy. I just think my buddy thought I already knew. I didn't. When I looked it up, I was immediately disgruntled, because at first I thought, man, they must be getting so good with AI that they're, I don't know, somebody came up with a interviewer and a person that looked like Janet Jackson in a damn fake interview or something. Like, there's no way she did that. I know Janet have no heroes, so it just is what it is out here, you know. And that's a very human way to be about it, so that you don't be frustrated. It's one of the number one reasons why I say all the time when I talk about ONYXCON Fitness, Sports Talk, one of the shows that we used to have, that we still do whenever I want to do it, we'll do it again. But we still do ONYXCON Fitness. That's one of the elements, okay? But I'm saying Sports Talk in particular, I always say I'm the casual fan, because I'm not going to sit on the couch wasting the whole day away where I could be out getting physically fit, watching people who are physically fit do things and break my heart with scores and records and whatever, and I'm no less richer for watching them. They that much richer whether they lose or win the game. They got $1 million contracts. I mean, the lowest of them got 6-figure contracts, and I'm sitting at home stressed out about a damn game. I don't give a damn. Okay, so I'm pretty much the same way about a lot of things when it comes to getting my heart involved. Yeah, I have people I admire, I respect, until they do something that I don't admire them and don't respect them anymore. And I'm not gonna go as far as to say that's where I'm at with Jen yet. I hate to say yet, but that's where I'm at on that. I'm on she on a yet basis, yet, because this is critical timing, and it couldn't be worse for what she did. And to make it worse, according to another statement that came out, they said that they tried to get her to, in so many words, you know, do you want to come back on this and apologize? Or her publicist or somebody was going to apologize, but that person got fired recently, and they were not a representation of her anymore. I said, well, what the hell? What's going on? So you're not going to apologize for making this silly comment that's just absolutely not true, you know? And as the joke would be, the very person who lies the most in this whole situation uses the phrase fake news. You're not going to say that this was false information? Like, golly, man, you Janet Jackson. You got way too much influence on the world to be out here pushing that narrative in any way, in any kind of way that's anti the possibility of, like I say again, order, support for decency, women's rights, law and order, not anarchy. You know, like again, not anarchy. Like straight up, yo, we in a bad place right now. It's not a game. It's not a game. And so, anyway, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that real quick. Wondering where everybody else's head is at it on it here. And you know, and I hope I make it very clear. Like I said, where I stand on the issue is real clear for ONYXCON, as far as myself. Views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of all of ONYXCON's sponsors, affiliates, associates, etc. And if anybody amongst those does not agree with me, well, you know, you got a right to drop off at any time. It's okay. It's okay. We all human. We got a right. That's what we fighting for. Our rights. So let me know what y'all think. Holla.